Good evening, my dear friends, and welcome once again to this new session of Physics Today. Dear friends, in our last lecture, we were talking about the concept of projectiles. The basic concept of projectile was that whenever a body is thrown either horizontal or maybe vertical at an angle, it travels a path under the action of gravity also, and it moves according to its velocity also, and that body is termed as a projectile. And the path that body follows, suppose you are having a body which is thrown from here with, let us say, an initial velocity of u meters per second, as we have discussed in our last lecture. Then obviously this body will move in this direction due to this velocity, and also it will follow this direction also due to what is called the acceleration due to gravity or the gravitational force of the earth, and hence the body will travel a path like this and will reach from A to B following this particular path, and this path is termed as trajectory. This path is termed as trajectory. Now dear friends, it can also be possible that if I throw a body in this direction making an angle, then obviously under the action of gravity, and we are moving against the gravity, its velocity will keep on decreasing, and obviously it will follow certain path like this and will reach here. So in both these cases, the body is said to be having a projectile motion, and the path, whether it is this way or whether it is this way, this is termed as the trajectory. So today, my dear friends, we will be talking about you can say, description of the working of a projectile that is fired at an angle to the horizontal, and how it moves, what are the various terms associated with that, how do we calculate those terms, let us see. So the today's article will be the concept of a projectile fired at an angle to the horizontal. So what we are talking? We are talking about the motion of a projectile fired at an angle to the horizontal. Now this is very important, and from the beginning itself I am talking about that the angle should be with the horizontal, my dear friends. ठीक है बेटा? So what I want to say is, let us consider that this is the coordinate frame, and what I do, I throw a body with a velocity of u meters per second in this direction, making an angle of, let us say, theta with the horizontal. So obviously this body will move and will follow a path like this, and ultimately it will land here at some place which is called A. Now we have to find a couple of things. Okay, when it is fired like this, first of all we want to find out how much time will it take to reach from O to A, because It will not be moving like this, it will be moving like this. So how much time will it take? And this time the body takes to reach from initial position to the final position is called the time period of the flight. That is called the time period of the flight or time of flight. Second thing we want to also know how much distance on the ground will this body cover. And what is the importance of this article? I will tell you just after we complete this article. So we also want to find this distance traveled on the ground by the body, and this is called the range. It is called the range of the projectile. And the third thing is how much distance will this body cover in the upward direction. That means what will be the maximum height of the projectile. ठीक है बेटा, चलिए. So ये सारा काम हमने करना है. We have to find T, we have to find R, as well as we have to find H, where T stands for the time of flight, where R stands for the range of the projectile, and your H stands for the maximum height attained by the projectile. Is it clear? So let us start this article now. देखिए, as I have told you earlier also, as far as possible, whenever we are in this situation, you know that the projectile is always under the action of two type of motion. One is horizontal motion because of the velocity which we have provided, as well as the vertical motion due to the acceleration due to gravity. So we will talk about both the situations one by one. Now when I talk about horizontal motion, my dear friends, horizontal motion, first of all what we have to do is we should know the horizontal velocity which is provided to the projectile. Now if you see, I have provided the velocity in this direction and I want to find the velocity in this direction, horizontal direction. So it means what I have to do, I have to first resolve the velocity components into horizontal component as well as vertical component. And as we have discussed in the last article also, the horizontal component will be, shabash, it will be u cos of theta. So this is the horizontal component that we have provided. And beta, what is the acceleration? So as we have considered that there is no air friction considered here, there is no air resistance, there is no other force except the force of gravity. So there will be no change in the velocity of the horizontal component. It will remain same. That means the acceleration will be 0. And if we want to find the, you can say how much distance will it travel in the time t seconds. So let us say the S is equal to uxt plus half a and t square. ठीक है बेटा जी? So what is x? S is our x, the horizontal distance, and this is equal to ux, and ux is your u cos of theta into t plus 0, because your a is 0, so this term will become 0. So what I calculate from here, I get the time how much time will it take to cover this distance? That will be equal to x over u cos of theta. Any doubt, my dear friends? So this is about horizontal motion, and now we will talk about what is called a vertical motion. Vertical motion में क्या है? वही चीज vertical velocity पहले देखेंगे. What is uy? Good. So as we have done in our last article also, shabash. U sine of theta. Horizontal is cos theta and vertical is sine theta. Shabash. And you can clearly see the acceleration will be taken as minus g because the projectile is thrown against the gravity. It is thrown upward, so your acceleration will be minus g. And once again we will find how much distance will it travel in your vertical direction. Sy is equal to ut plus half at square. And when you know that what is sy? Sy is your y is equal to, and what is the velocity component? It is u sine theta. So u sine theta into t, and a is minus g, to minus half of gt square. So this is the equation of the distance traveled by the body in the vertical direction, and this is the equation of the distance traveled by the body in the horizontal direction. यहाँ तक कोई doubt बेटा? Is it clear? So now what we are going to do, we are simply going to substitute this value of t from here in this equation, and when I do this, what I get, y is equal to u sine of theta into x over u cos of theta minus half g into x square over u square cos square theta. It was a t square, so when I put square, it will become x square u square cos square theta. Now this u and this u cancels, my dear friend, and what I get, y is equal to x tangent theta minus gx square over 2u square cos square theta. This is my equation for the vertical distance covered by the body. Is it clear, my dear friends? So now, once this article is clear up to here, we shall now proceed to find the various terms. As I have told you, we will try to take the time taken, how much time it will take to reach from this place to this place, what will be the horizontal range, that means how much distance will be this, and how much vertical height will it take. देखिए my dear friends, you will appreciate one thing, कि because there is no extra force creating the opposition to the flow of, or you can say the motion of this projectile, the time of flight taken to reach the maximum height will be equal to the time it takes to reach from the maximum height to the ground. because only gravity is acting. So that means the time it takes to reach from O to, let us say, P will be the time which it takes to start from P and reach O. It means if I consider the total time period, or you could say total time of flight as T, if I consider the total time of flight of the body as T, what will be the time taken to reach here? That will be T by 2. Yani, if capital T is the time of flight, if capital T is the time of flight, then you can say time of ascent, ascent means it moves up, will be equal to the time of descent, come down, and that will be equal to obviously T by 2. So time of ascent and the time of descent will be equal, and that will be equal to what? Shabash, T by 2. Now we all know that when this body moves in the vertical direction, because it is going against the gravity, so what will happen? The velocity will slowly go on decreasing, and ultimately at the maximum height, which is P, what will be the velocity? 0. ठीक है ना बेटा? We know that V is equal to U plus AT. We are talking about the velocity at maximum height. Now this is 0 is equal to, now we are talking about vertical projection, so obviously what will be your U? Vertical velocity. So it will be U cos of theta minus GT. U cos of theta minus GT. And what is T? The time it takes to reach P? T by 2. So when you put it here, what you get? U cos of theta is equal to G into T by 2. Is it clear? Because in place of this T, this is the time it takes to reach from 0 to this point. It means T by 2. So I want to find the time period. So T is equal to, this will go up and this will come down. What is the formula? 2U cos theta divided by G. This is the time period. This is not the time taken by the body to reach here. This is the total time, beta, to reach here. So this is the total time of flight. Am I clear? This is your total time of flight. So you have to remember this formula for solving the numerical section that we will continue afterwards. यहाँ तक कोई डाउट बेटा? ठीक हो गया? Once we are able to get the time period, the second thing is our maximum height, how much it is attained. Maximum height means the distance it is covering in the vertical direction. It is. So what is the distance formula? Same formula we will apply. So distance is equal to, S is equal to, shabash, UT plus half AT square. Put the value of T and then you can solve it. So let us start solving it now. What is our maximum height attained? ठीक है ना बेटा? चलिए, तो इस फार्मूले को फॉर द टाइम बिंग लेट अस राइट इट हियर. तो व्हाट इज t इज इक्वल टू 2u sin of theta by g. So this is what we have calculated for the time period 2u sin of theta by g. Now maximum height is equal to what? Obviously it is the distance in vertical direction. ठीक है ना बेटा? तो डिस्टेंस वाला फार्मूला लगा देंगे. एस वाई इज इक्वल टू ut प्लस हाफ gt square. Now because we are going upward, your g will be minus, your t is already t by 2, your s is shabash this. So h is equal to u sin of theta into t by 2 minus g into t by 2 का whole square 4 and then again 2. This will become 8. Any doubt? So when you solve this, what you will get? When you solve this, what you will get? You can put the value of t from the previous section also what you have calculated. What was t, my dear friends? T was equal to shabash u sin of theta by g. T was equal to u sin of theta by g. So put that value of t here and let us see. Your t is the time which is taking up to here. और ये टाइम पूरा है. दिस इज द टोटल टाइम. तो व्हाट विल बी द हाफ टाइम बेटा? हाफ टाइम विल बी हाफ ऑफ दिस. दैट मीन्स u sin theta by g. ओके, तो व्हाट वी विल राइट? t इज इक्वल टू t by 2 and that will be equal to u sin of theta by g. So this value of t you can put here and what you get? H is equal to u sin of theta into u sin of theta by g minus g u square sin square theta by g square. So when we solve this, what will become here? This will become shabash. Let me rub it from top. Okay. What you will get now? So h is equal to u square sin square theta by g minus u square sin square theta by g. U square sin square theta by g minus u square sin square theta by g, and this is what is your half. This is half, so what you will get? 2g. This will be 2g. Any doubt? So this will be also 2g. Sorry, not this, there. This is 2g. Any doubt? So we can take whatever we can take common. So h is equal to u square sine square theta by g. This is common, and inside I am left with 1 minus 1 by 2, and that is 1 by 2. So my final answer for the maximum height will be equal to u square sine square theta over 2g. So this is the second formula that we have derived. If h is equal to u square sine square theta over 2g. I hope it is clear, and otherwise you can just rewind it again and you can go through it, and still if you have any problem you can contact me. So now we will move on to the third part of this article, which is the horizontal range. And in order to find the range, my dear friends, what we are going to do is we are going to use the formula of what? Distance is equal to speed into time. Distance is equal to speed into time. And that is what we have to solve now. So what is the, my dear friends, what we say, the velocity in terms of horizontal direction? So we know that distance is equal to velocity into time. Because we are talking about the range बेटा, तो रेंज क्या होती है? इनिशियल से फाइनल तक, है ना? तो टाइम भी कहाँ तक आएगा? फाइनल तक। और फाइनल तक का टाइम कितना लिया हुआ है हमने? कैपिटल टी, है ना? तो दैट मीन्स डिस्टेंस विच इज आर विल बी इक्वल टू, अब ये आर कहाँ है? हॉरिजॉन्टल में। एंड व्हाट इज द हॉरिजॉन्टल वेलोसिटी? आई डोंट हैव टू टेल यू, it is u cos theta multiply by the formula of t, because time कौन सा? Time for reaching maximum range, यानी कि full time of flight. So instead of this t we will put that value, and what I get? R is equal to u cos theta into 2u sin theta by g. Now this is a mathematical concept. The students, those who know it, very good, because they have done it in mathematics. But the students, those who have not done in maths, just for the time being, remember this value. What I am going to write, it will become u square into 2 sin theta cos theta divided by g. Now mathematical concept says that 2 sin theta cos theta is equal to sin 2 theta. This is what you have to the students, those who don't have mathematics, they have to just remember it. Okay, 2 sin theta cos theta is equal to sine of 2 theta. This is sine of 2 theta. So this formula will now change to R is equal to u square sine 2 theta divided by g. अब मेरे प्यारे दोस्तों, हमने तीनों वैल्यूज को कैलकुलेट कर लिया है. We know what is the total time of flight, which is this. We know what is the maximum height to be attained. We know, and we also know what is the maximum range. Is it clear? Now couple of numericals I will be solving, and I will be sharing that with you, and if you have any doubt, most welcome, And till our next class, take very good care of yourself and keep doing your good work, because that is only what I can say you now. Rest when we meet together in the school and have some kind of conversation, then only we will be knowing it. Otherwise, till that time, my doubt group is always ready to welcome you there. So, whenever you have any doubts, don't be hesitant. Please put your queries over there, and I love to share those views. And thank you very much. God bless you all. Thank you.